How do I configure the GRUB bootloader in Arch Linux? Imagine turning on your computer and seeing a menu that lets you pick which operating system to start. That's what the GRUB bootloader does. It's a key piece of how your system boots up, especially in Linux distributions like Arch Linux. Now, Arch Linux follows a simple but powerful principle: give users full control. That means setting up your bootloader is something you do manually, but it's straightforward once you understand the steps. First, you need to install the GRUB package along with some supporting tools. Use the command sudo pacman grub ausprober fbootloader. The first installs the bootloader itself, the second helps detect other operating systems, and the third manages UEFI boot entries. Next, check if your system uses BIOS or UEFI. BIOS systems use the master boot record, while UEFI systems need an FI system partition, usually mounted at boot FI. You can check this by looking at your disk setup. If you're on a UEFI system, install GRUB with grub install target is equal to x8660, for FI directory is equal to boot FI bootloader it is equal to GRUB. This tells GRUB to install in the FI mode, using the correct directory. For BIOS systems, the command is grub install target is equal to i386 PC SDX recheck, replacing dev SDX with your actual disk, like dev SDA. This installs GRUB to the master boot record of your disk. Once installed, you need to generate the configuration file. Run grubmkconfig o/boot/grub/grub cfg. This scans your system for kernels and other operating systems, then creates a menu for you. If you want to customize the menu or behavior, edit, etc., default GRUB. For example, to detect Windows in a dual boot setup, set grub disableos prober is equal to false. When installing or repairing GRUB from a live environment, make sure you mount your root partition and, if needed, your FI partition to the correct locations. Then root into your installed system before running the commands. After everything is set, reboot your computer. You should see the GRUB menu appear, allowing you to select Arch Linux or other systems you have installed. Remember, if you use disk encryption or RAID, there are extra steps to ensure GRUB supports those setups. Also, tools like ausprober help detect other operating systems like Windows and add them to the menu. Since Arch Linux is minimalist, you often configure GRUB manually, which gives you full control over your boot options. While other bootloaders exist, like System Boot, GRUB remains popular because it supports many hardware types and file systems. In short, configuring GRUB involves installing the package, installing it to the right place depending on your system type, generating the configuration file, and making sure your partitions are mounted correctly. This process makes sure your system boots reliably and can even run multiple operating systems smoothly.